We are just two single gals doing our thing today. To my front. Put it on.
Oh, this is really nice.
You!
Is there anything during your writing process where you're like, you throw something at each other and you're like, there's no way in hell I'm doing that on screen?
I think that because we write everything before we shoot, there are separate phases of the process, that we kind of forget that we are the ones doing it purposely for a moment. So we're writing it, and then when we shoot it, we're stuck with doing it, kind of a thing. We usually write the first act together, sitting huddled next to each other, and then we split up, each take an act, come back, rewrite the whole thing. By the time we shoot, we've probably rewritten each script
3 times, 4 times?
Yeah, maybe even more than that, because even after the whole writing process is done, once we go into the prep part, Ilana and I sort of have to rework every script based on production notes and, locations and all that stuff.
Do you hear a lot from people about just how authentically New York this show is?
We do. It's so rewarding. It's like, we're so, in LA, it's like, we get it, you love New York. And then in New York, like, whatever, but and I get it too, but we are so in love with New York. It's like, that's just what I wanted to hear.
Just got my period. Any second there's gonna be an explosion and there's gonna be blood, like, everywhere.
You've already been picked up for 2 additional seasons. How does that impact your creative process? Do you, knowing you have all these episodes coming up, is there maybe like a subplot in what episode where you're like, no, let's save this, that's a whole episode?
Yeah, I mean, it gives us a lot of freedom to think about, if we start this thing now, we have the time to really grow it, whatever relationship or whatever plot we're working on. But in the past, it's sort of been one foot in front of the other in terms of seasons. So we've sort of always gone out with a bang on the finales, because who knows? I'm excited to start thinking about, wow, we're going to see these characters for at least 2 more years. What do we want to show, and what new parts of New York do we want to see, and how are these characters going to grow?
One of the things that I love about the show is just the crush that Ilana has on Abbi, and it just sort of sprinkled in there, and Abbi seems sort of oblivious to it. Is she in love with her? Is it?
Yeah.
Like,
totally.
What kind of love are we talking?
I don't know. There's a lot of kinds of love. And there's, it's a layered love, I guess. She's curious, aren't we all? But I think she's a little sexually in love with her, romantically in love with her, logistically in love with her, life partnership-wise. Fascinated by her.
As far as these next 2 seasons, can you tease a New York experience that you're going to explore?
We always shoot in the summer, and we're shooting in the winter. And just having it set in the cold is just a totally different landscape for the show.
Yeah, we're excited creatively.